Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Greetings, Mayor Bowser, Chancellor Farabee, DC leadership, DC officials, Hyde-Addison Elementary School staff, students, families, community stakeholders, and supporters. I'm Dr. Calvin Hooks, principal of Hyde-Addison Elementary School. And I'm excited to stand here before you today on this joyous occasion, our official ribbon-cutting ceremony. This day is a result of the years of hard work and dedication of so many. Thank you all. Thank you to those who ensured Hyde-Addison received the funding necessary to make this a reality. Thank you to all of the various school improvement team members, DCPS, MCN, and all who worked along our side. A special thank you to Amanda Wu and Kaylin Blewett, who have been my closest partners during this project. I would also like to recognize my wife who is present and my daughter, and some of my dearest friends and colleagues. Words cannot express the impact this modernization will have on the lives of our students. Environment, exposure, and opportunity certainly do matter in the lives of our young people. Through all of the trials and tribulations it took to get here, we celebrate what this beautiful school means to our students and school community. All of this represents opportunity. This is an opportunity for our amazing school community in the midst of Georgetown to come together and demonstrate that we appreciate the diversity of our student population and we believe in equitable practices for all. Every student in the district deserves to feel valued, nurtured, and equipped with the skills necessary to become global citizens. And we practice this every day at Hyde-Addison Elementary School. Our students are amazing gifts to this community, and I'm excited about what the future has in store. They have the power to evoke change in this world, and I look forward to seeing them in action. To the students, staff, and families of Hyde-Addison Elementary School, I am so very proud of you. You persevered during this modernization transition period, and I want to ensure you all know you belong here. You are an essential part of our school community. We have students from every ward in the District of Columbia, and you all make our school community special. All of you and every student in the district can rise above any barriers to success and become who you are destined to be. In order to achieve this, you must remain focused on your goals and do not be afraid to dream greater than you have ever dreamed before. The reality is, on your journey, you may hit some roadblocks or disappointments along the way, but be mindful that those disappointments are meant to strengthen you and build your determination. True success comes by way of effort and sacrifice. Also, be mindful that oftentimes there is something that will mean more than your athletic ability or academic prowess. You have to be a good person. Character and integrity matter. Be kind, be respectful, be your best self. As we venture into the 2019-2020 school year in this remarkable new facility, embrace your curiosity, tackle the rigorous expectations, engage in enlightening discourse, and know that all of this was done because we believe in you. I believe in you. Thank you. And now I would like to call up one of our amazing students, Gavin Pendleton, to give an introduction.
Hi, Gavin.
Good morning and welcome to Hyde-Addison Elementary School. My name is Gavin Pendleton, and I love being a Hyde-Addison student because the teachers are nice, school is fun, and I've made a lot of friends. At Hyde-Addison, we have 5 key values: curiosity, diversity, integrity, kindness, and perseverance. I am proud that our special guest today, a 5th-generation Washingtonian, has DC values which include education. I would like to thank Mayor Bowser for her investment in Hyde-Addison and ensuring we start the new school year in this beautiful new building. Now, please join me in welcoming the Mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser.
Thank you, Gavin. Excellent. Well, good morning, everybody. Let's give Gavin a big round of applause for that excellent introduction. And representing his colleagues, the wonderful students of Hyde-Addison Elementary. Everything that we're about to talk about, Gavin and team, is about you, and it's for you. It's about the investment that the people of Washington, D.C. make in public education, because we know that you are worth it, that you deserve the very best. And those 5 values that you just mentioned not only will serve you well here at Hyde-Addison, but will serve you well for your entire life. So Principal Hooks, team here at Hyde-Addison, teachers and staff, we want to congratulate you and thank you and wish you all the best in the upcoming school year. I want to acknowledge your council member, Jack Evans, who has been laser focused on Hyde-Addison for a number of years. Please acknowledge Jack. As well as acknowledge Chancellor Louis Farabee and the entire team at DCPS, who are welcoming 50,000 students in the next several days and 8,000 staff, and are very excited about the start of the school year. I, too, want to acknowledge our team at DGS, which is the construction arm of D.C. government, and Director Keith Anderson. Thank you, Keith. All of the project managers, construction teams, design professionals, and workers who have done a phenomenal job at getting our public schools ready and on time. I was just talking to Jack about a meeting we had here a few years ago. And everybody in the community, in the school, and parents and kids were very excited, like we were, to bring these buildings back to life right here in the heart of Georgetown. This project, and I know our team at MCM Build will agree, was not without its complications, but you will see that all of those complications have been transformed into a beautiful learning facility. What you see: new playgrounds, a media center, a maker space, a cooking kitchen, and a multi-purpose space that includes a performance stage, a dining area, and a gym. And I know that the students are going to also love a new rock climbing wall right here at school. And there are 6 public art installations that you will see when you walk around, and 4 done by DC residents, including a Duke Ellington graduate, Joshua Minor. So let's hear for Duke Ellington's art program. This is a school that no doubt is going to inspire everyone to live up to the Hyde-Addison values that we heard about: curiosity, diversity, integrity, kindness, and persistence. So I want to thank you all for sticking with us for the transition period and the travel and coming back to your beautiful school. It is well worth it. And I look forward to not just celebrating the building, but celebrating the learning that is going to happen at this beautiful school. So with that, I want to introduce Jack Evans, who will be followed by Chancellor of Schools Louis Farabee, and followed by Director of DGS Keith Anderson. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you very much, Mayor, and good morning, everyone. And, we can do better than that. Good morning. This is a great day in Georgetown. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here to this opening of the Hyde-Addison School. First, I want to start by thanking our mayor, Mayor Bowser. Give her another big round of applause. Mayor Bowser has done a fabulous job in her first term over the last 4 years in leading our city, and now in her second term. And one of the hallmarks of Mayor Bowser is bringing to closure a number of the projects that have been started throughout our city. So, Mayor, thank you for all you've done and your support of Hyde-Addison here. Hyde-Addison has been a journey for me. I go back 20 years in attempting to get Hyde-Addison to be the school we wanted it to be. When I first set foot in Hyde-Addison so many years ago, it was Hyde. It was a school that was just there. It was really in the shape it had been in the 50s. There was no playground. There was no cafeteria. There was no gymnasium. There was a bathroom on each floor. and it was seriously in need of help. Addison at the time was being used for something else. It was not a school. And there was talk of tearing it down and putting a parking garage there. That was the issue 20 years ago. And so for every chancellor that came and went, and every mayor that came and went during that time period, Hyde-Addison was always at the top of my list. We need to do something. It was during Arlene Ackerman's tenure as chancellor, and then Michelle Reed, that Addison became a part of the school system again. And I remember when we renovated Addison to bring it back online and to use it as a complement to Hyde. And then how do we get Hyde renovated? And then identifying the funds to do it. And then coming up with the idea of putting both schools together and joining them and building the cafeteria and building the gymnasium and all of the space that's necessary for our children. And it took a long time. It was almost 6 years ago that we finally came up with a plan with a lot of community input as to how this whole complex was going to look and work, and put in place a first-rate elementary school in Georgetown and in this part of the city. Because as more and more parents and more children return to our city, we needed facilities for them to go to school, because at that point in time, there just was, with the exception of just the Hyde building, no place to go. Through the hard work of so many people, and I look out in the audience in here and see so many people like Ed and others who have been on the ANC and the Citizens Association, and Rick Murphy, give Rick, he's the chairman of your ANC here in Georgetown, and a number of other commissioners who are here, people at CAG, parents. The parents were so important in getting their input as to how this was going to work. So many people had their input into this, and what we have today is the culmination of all of those efforts and a first-rate elementary school in this part of the city. My vision has always been, throughout Ward 2, is to have a place where people in the neighborhood could send their children all the way through, elementary, middle, high school. And now in Georgetown, with Hyde-Addison, and then we have Hardy, and then I always make the pitch for Ellington. Somehow we're going to make Ellington a little bit of a help as we can use it for a full-purpose school. We will have that in this part of the city, a place where people can send their children to neighborhood schools. So I want to take this opportunity to thank DGS, to thank all of the contractors as well, Chancellor, everyone who participated in this and made this a reality today. I'll leave you with this. One thing I've learned in this job after 28 years, the thing is, persistence pays off. Sometimes you don't see the results tomorrow or next week or next month, but if you are persistent and you have a vision, you can make it happen. And this is our vision today. Thank you very much.
Chancellor Louis Farabee.
Oh, is that right?
Good morning, Hyde-Addison.
Good morning.
Gavin, let's give him another round of applause for that amazing introduction to Mayor Bowser. Mayor Bowser, thank you so much. Many of you may not know, over the last couple years, DCPS has received investments over $1.6 billion in modernizing our facilities, thanks to the leadership of Mayor Muriel Bowser. So thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Greatly appreciate that. When I say Hyde-Addison, it just feels different having the ability to tour the facility over 2 weeks ago and seeing how the campuses are now together as one unit, and thinking about my days as a principal when students have to go outside and you're transition from one building to the next. Really excited that we have this great facility for our students and our families. I also want to recognize the leadership of Principal Cook. So thank you, sir, for your leadership and your values. Thank you, Dr. Cook. Also, our partners with DGS. Thank you, Director Anderson, for your leadership. Greatly appreciate that. And on the facilities teams, Amanda Wu, thank you, Amanda, for your leadership as well of getting us here today. Thank you very much. As we think about our work in DC public schools, we recognize that there's a symbiotic relationship between schools and their communities. And part of our goal is to ensure that we have a great neighborhood school in every community at every grade level. As a part of our capital commitment is ensuring that we continue to increase the number of highly rated schools in DCPS. And to do that, we know that the learning space that our students have is critical to ensuring that we realize that goal. So as we think about a great elementary school, great middle school, great high school, as referenced by Councilmember Evans, we know that the learning space has to be a top-rate facility and a gold standard. And what you see represented today is that the Department of General Services, DCPS, has thought through every aspect of the learning space. And so looking behind, you would see a library, but this is not your ordinary library. The way that they thought about bringing in the natural light is just amazing. The way that they thought about getting natural light into the gymnasium that's below is also great. And so every amenity of this facility has been thought through with great detail, and just really appreciate what we have for our students and our families. And again, Councilmember Evan, thank you, sir, for your persistence and leadership in getting us here to today. We're thrilled about the building, and we're excited about welcoming the students here on Monday, August 26th, first day of school. So again, thank you all who are part of this effort. Also want to give a special shout out to the church across the street. They actually got a sign up welcoming students back, but we were able to utilize the facility as needed as we were in the redevelopment phase. So again, thank you to the entire community supporting Hyde-Addison. And it's my honor and pleasure to introduce to you Director Anderson, Department of General Services, who supported DCPS in the modernization of Hyde-Addison. Director Anderson.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Chancellor. It is certainly a beautiful day to cut a ribbon, isn't it? Yes. Now, let me just say, it is my sincere pleasure to be here today with Mayor Bowser, Councilmember Evans, Chancellor Farabee, and the Hyde-Addison community representing Team DGS at the ribbon cutting of the final modernization of the Hyde-Addison campus. I know everyone is ready to cut the ribbon, so I'll keep this short. Today's ribbon cutting highlights and is a tangible reminder of DGS's commitment to build safe and energy-efficient schools. For many of you here today, this has been a long time coming, and I would like to say thank you for being steadfast in your belief in DGS, DCPS, and that our city would build and deliver this state-of-the-art modernization project for the Hyde-Addison community. I believe that appearance matters for any school campus and environment, and I hope that this modernization brings a new sense of pride for teachers, for students, staff, and parents of the Hyde-Addison community. DGS is committed to ensure that DC residents, CBE contractors, and artists are given an opportunity to work on projects such as this one. I am proud to announce that 44% of all the work on this project was performed by local CBE contractors, including the general contractors MCN and the architectural team of Schenberg Livanis, and that as you walk through this building, you will see 6 pieces of art which were commissioned by 6 artists, 4 of which the mayor mentioned were DC residents. In closing, I would like to acknowledge Sandy Bellamy for her work with the artists in the building, the DGS project team of Burt Jackson, Brian Butler, and Paul Blackman Jr., who spent countless hours on site to ensure the quality of this project is delivered to the Hyde-Addison community. And believe me, this project was personal because I had 2 children that went here. And I would just another special thank you to all of you. Now let's cut that ribbon.